Sometimes things get so broken, all we can do is just throw them away. But is that always the case? Hi, my name's Mark and I am the vicar of Hazelmere Church. When something gets this broken, it just needs throwing away. It's no longer fit for purpose. It's useless and its value has completely gone. And perhaps you're feeling that the situations that we're going through at the moment are so broken that we can't see any beauty or value left in it. It's broken. Or perhaps you're thinking of something more personal. Maybe there's things that have gone on in your life, things that have happened to you that have so broken you and smashed you to pieces. You're thinking, I'm useless. There's no value left in me. I need to be discarded. But there is hope. When I read through the pages of the Bible, I see that we worship a God who is the God of the broken, a God who loves those things that are seen as worth less or value less, those things where other people would wish to discard, the ruined. And what God does is, rather than discarding these broken pieces, rather than just throwing them away, He lovingly repairs and restores. Let me read a few Bible verses. The first we find in the Old Testament, and it's written in Isaiah chapter 61, and let me read. And he's talking to all those people who are mourning loss, for those who are broken. This is what he says. I will give them a crown of beauty for ashes, a joyous blessing instead of mourning. He says, I'll take something that's destroyed and turn it into a crown of beauty. And then when I skip over to the New Testament, to 2 Corinthians chapter 12 and verse 9, there's a guy called Paul who writes these words. He says this: when he prayed to Jesus, the reply came back, my grace is all you need. My power works best in weakness. Things that are ruined and destroyed, God wants to turn into beauty. Where we feel desperately weak, that's precisely where God says, that's where I want to give you strength. A few years ago, I heard of this beautiful Japanese art called kintsugi. And what the artist does is he takes broken pieces that everybody else would discard and lovingly and with care repairs. And he doesn't just use any old ordinary glue. Instead, the artist uses pure gold to repair the broken vessel. And now the finished product is more beautiful than it ever was. It is more precious than it ever was. And the beauty is found precisely in the cracks of brokenness. And this is what God wants to do. Whenever there's brokenness, whenever there's weakness, whenever we feel that we can be or should be discarded and are worthless, it's precisely in those points where God wants to move in and repair and bring beauty out of the broken pieces. And my prayer for you as you listen to this is that you would bring those broken things in our community, in our society, and in your own life and bring them to God and say, God, would you bring beauty into the brokenness?